Hi there, how are you? So good to see you. My name is Rachel Hoffman and I am here live at Turn of the Century Antiques, which is our family owned and operated doll shop out here in Denver, Colorado. I am also the creator of Virtual Doll Convention, and I love to film doll related things around town, around the world, right here, and put them on the internet. So if you are here with me, it's so good to see you. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. It is always a pleasure to be here and to chat with you. So hi everybody, it is so good to see you. So one of the things that has been on my heart that I have been wanting to chat about lately, and I've been thinking a lot about in recent months and in recent weeks, but especially even in just recent days, is a subject of men collecting dolls. And this is something I never think about really until I get the letters and the comments from young men, and especially right now, what I have received, and this is why I am doing a video on this subject, is because I have received in recent weeks on YouTube and on Instagram, not on Facebook, but YouTube and Instagram, which is where a lot of, I think, younger male collectors find me and look at my content and follow me. And a lot of them have asked me for my thoughts and tips and ideas of how to deal with criticism that they get from people in their life, from people in maybe their family, or just the world in general when it comes to the stigma of males collecting dolls. And every time it happens, I can't, it surprises me a little bit, because I live in a world and I grew up in a world where I was surrounded by men all of the time that collected dolls. Growing up, I at the doll conventions, and every time we did things in the booth right next door to us and here in the shop, I was surrounded by so many wonderful men that collected dolls, and I grew up in a household that had, and in a world that had acceptance around men collecting dolls, but I understand. And so what has happened is just in the last week, I have received direct emails from young men and even children that one was 11, one was 12, one was in his early 20s, and they said that they really want to collect dolls and do dolls, but they're having a hard time because they're dealing with criticism. And what do I think about that? And so first of all, there are a lot of men who are even watching right now that can give really good insight into this, and a lot of women too, that we can give insight on how to deal with criticism, how to deal with haters, how to deal when people come to you and say words that are hurtful. And it's an important subject to talk about. First of all, when you look at my page and you follow my content, and if you looked at a lot of the content that I have created over the years, I don't want to say it's more men than women, but it might be. If you look at the people I work with, the wonderful designers and artists and collectors and dealers and everyone that I have worked with over the years, a lot of them are men, and they are very accomplished men. But I am speaking directly in this video to my followers that are the young men, the kids, the children, the people growing up that want to do dolls and have a calling for dolls and love dolls. I can say that every single one of these letters that I have received from the young men are men in other countries than the United States. So it might be a little harder in other countries, maybe because of the culture or things like that. There's a lot of play that comes into when you're dealing with people that are criticizing you about something. But the first thing to always remember is that when somebody criticizes you or has something to say about anything that you are doing or anything that you are creating or anything that you are working on, it has everything to do about them and nothing to do about you. And that speaks for everybody, no matter what you're creating, men and women. We receive criticism and people love to give their opinions all the time. But you'll notice and just always remember that you'll never receive criticism from somebody doing more than you. You'll always receive criticism for somebody doing less, because the people that are doing more and they're out there and they're creating and they're doing good things, they don't have time to sit around and criticize anyone for anything that they want to do. They're out working on their own thing, being positive and building people up. And so for the men, the young men, the boys, you're watching this, and I know that this is an important thing to talk about because of the letters that I receive from you. And so I respond to you always in direct messages on Instagram and over email, but I want to put the video out there because I want you to know that not only should you collect dolls, and not only should you be a part of this world, it's one of the most magical and best things that you can possibly do in your life. There is no better way that I can think of to provide happiness and fulfillment into your life than to have dolls as a hobby, than to do dolls as a career. If you are watching this and you're one of the 11 or 12-year-old boys that has been receiving criticism, or you have that itch in your heart, I am not a boy, but I can tell you that from what I have had to do in my life to get to where I am today, I have had to face a lot of criticism and a lot of haters. And the haters, they're just haters. And again, it says everything about them and nothing about you. But when you look at my channel and you look at the people that I work with and the designers that I work with and the men that I go visit and the men that are out there sewing and creating such incredible things, I am so proud of them. The men out there have made and done such amazing things for our world and for our doll world. And so my advice, first of all, is to follow people out there and become friends on the internet, follow on Instagram, subscribe to channels of all the guys that are out there doing things that inspire you, because there's a lot of guys out there who have worked really hard to break down barriers, who are unapologetically into dolls and are just out there and doing it. And sometimes when we see other people being confident and stepping into themselves and really understanding how to navigate these troubled waters, sometimes when we have to deal with people that are critical, it gives us permission to do the same. So I follow a lot of people on the internet that are courageous and inspiring, and it really helps me a lot with a lot of the things that I have had to deal with. So across the board, as doll collectors, men and women, we are always going to receive criticism because people like to reject things that they do not understand. And it's just the knee-jerk reaction. It's just the knee-jerk reaction. Here being in the shop and surrounded by dolls, it's one of the most amazing places. And when you come in, if you understand or you appreciate, then you walk in and it's like you understand. But then I can't tell you how many times I have had people come in and say things like, your dolls are creepy, or how can you stand it? Or do you feel like they're staring at you? And things like that. And at first, when I was younger and just growing up, I used to take things personal. And now I have learned really well not to take things personal, because people are always just going to have their opinion and just kind of reject things when they don't understand it, or maybe they don't have the maturity to ask you about it before making a judgment. But this video is really about the men, and there's a lot of men here that are watching right now that can give really good insight and really good comments on this, because I feel like I am one of the younger people in our antique world that is creating and speaking a lot, and I'm going to be here for a long time doing this. Let's hope. I love my job. So for the future, I want to inspire young men to get involved and to keep going. You don't have to hide your love and your passion for dolls. Your love and your passion for dolls doesn't say anything about anything that you are. I know so many doll collector men that are gay, that are straight, that are whatever they want to be. Dolls are love, and that's what they are made of. So the only thing that you have to worry about when it comes to doll collecting is what you think, what matters to you, what you think. And when you're dealing with people, recognize, I want you to recognize and to remember that no one can invalidate you. Nobody can. If it's somebody in your family, that's even harder. And if it's somebody that, you have a lot of respect for and you care about, and they say something to you that kind of takes the wind out of your sails, nobody can invalidate you. But it would be really easy for me to come on this video and just say, live your life and don't care about what anybody thinks, and, you got it and don't care. But we're human. And, as human beings, when people do say things, it can hurt. And so as the person that I am today, and where I've come from, and how much I've grown over the years, and how I deal with people, you wouldn't believe the amount of criticism that I receive. I have received criticism for literally everything that I have done and literally everything I have accomplished. But one of the patterns that I have realized is that when I am receiving criticism about something, it's usually because I'm doing it right. So I remember that. It's usually because I have launched a great product. I have done something that has shaken things up a bit. A lot of times people do not want to see you succeed. They will watch everything that you do. They will follow everything that you do, but they won't comment or like anything. And the good people out there, like you that are watching right now, hopefully, and the people that are commenting, they outweigh the bad ones by a million. But you're always going to have the bad apples. So when you are doing something and you are showing it to the world, remember, when you do that, it puts it up for discussion. So you will always get the people that are going to say something. But here's how I deal with it. So if you were a boy and you have dealt with people that do not understand and that criticize you, or say doll collecting is only for girls and this and that. I mean, I'm telling you, the most accomplished people that I work with in the doll community and the design for dolls, and look at who the creative director of Barbie is. Look at these inspiring people. I'm telling you, the guys that I work with that know the most about dolls, that are making the most money in their careers with dolls, that are so talented in doing hair and makeup and clothes, way more than me as a female, are men. And so if you have thought about doing dolls, but you have shied away because of what somebody said, do not let that steal your thunder, please. I know it's hard, but do not, because you can do it. Now, one of the things that I use as a tool, and you guys are going to love this, is because I get emails from people all the time. I'll never forget one of the most important nights of my life was when we launched the first virtual doll convention, and it was at the last night of the convention, and it was during our banquet, and I was wearing this beautiful gown, and I had done my hair in this fancy hairdo, and I just looked and felt so beautiful, and it was just such a magical night for me. Somebody wrote in that night to tell me how much they didn't like my hair. And at the time, I read it that night while I was there, and I wished I didn't, because I started, even though it wasn't true, I still, because I'm human, it hurt my feelings. And then I thought, is my hair, and then you start to think, does my hair look bad? Is this, she said she was sending it out of kindness, but I sure hope that you choose a more becoming hairstyle for the future. And here is what she looked like. Are you ready? This is the haters, okay? So this is how I envision every single person that has something to say about anything that I am doing. So if you are a man out there and somebody, and unfortunately she is a female, Mrs. Nellie Oleson, who was just such a hater. This is how I envision those people. So I get a lot of criticism about the stuff that I do. And you know what? I just imagine them looking like this. Here they are talking right there. Just imagine them like this. You know, she was not a happy camper. These people that are going to say stuff about you, they're usually very unhappy. They usually are very jealous. They usually don't have anything going for them, which is why they want to steal your light and your thunder. And they're usually just a bunch of sad sacks. So if you put something out there in the world that is authentic and full of integrity, what they have to think about it has nothing to do with you. Okay? If you are collecting any kind of doll, if you are dressing any kind of doll, if you are sewing, if you are doing anything that for you is authentic and you have integrity in your heart for what you are creating, what they think about it has nothing to do with you and is none of your business. So here's one of the tools that I have mastered that was really hard for me in the beginning, but it helps so much. And actually, Michael helped me with this, because when I created the virtual doll convention, you can imagine there was a lot of haters out there. Believe me, there was a lot of people who were so excited and loved it and got on board immediately. And that's the majority. That is the majority. But girl, I had some haters. I had people that were just silently hating. I still do. I have people that just, you know, there will unfortunately always be people like this. So the good thing to do is to just get some tools to write them off. So when I am dealing with somebody that is trying to create a lot of problems for me, whether they are pulling apart a product that I have offered that I know is good, or I get people writing in saying that they didn't like how I interviewed this, or they didn't like how I did that, or how I did that. And then I'll go look at their channel and they haven't even created one video. And I have created literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos, thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of content. Yet I still have people that feel the need to write in to give me all of this advice on what I am doing. Do you know what I say to those haters? I don't care about anything that you have to say. Think about that. Michael told me that because I was dealing with somebody that was just hating and creating all kinds of stress and all kinds of internal dialogue and taking me off my game. And who was this person? What did they even matter? I don't care about anything you have to say. Now, that's a lot harder to say, of course, to family members, to people that are really close to you. But when you're dealing with strangers on the internet, or you're dealing with people that are just there to create grief for you, or just there to make you feel bad, people comment and leave and send me emails, and their sole thing of what they want the end to be is to take me off my game and make me feel bad about myself. And so I have no problem anymore, Rachel Hoffman, today saying to those people, I don't care about anything you have to say. So confidence starts small, and I didn't get to the point where I can say that to people overnight, but you can start standing up for yourself little by little. So just remember that recognize that nobody can invalidate you. And I can speak with authority on this experience because as a creator, I am constantly dealing with people, and I am constantly putting things out there that are up for discussion. And I understand that not everybody is going to like my products. Not everybody is going to like what I post. Not everybody wants me to succeed. There's a lot of jealous people out there, but those people are the unhappy people that look like this. And so you just, every time that they pop into your inbox, or every time that they say something to you, you just remember good old Nellie Oleson and those haters. Because if you are out there, and especially you boys, you young boys, do it. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything stop you. I have been working so hard to stay in this business and to keep doing what I am doing. My mother paved the way. I have a wonderful family history, but I would not be sitting here today in front of you in this beautiful shop if I didn't have to just power through, make some tough decisions, get anyone that was causing me trouble out of my life, and just be a hard ass. Excuse me for my language, but I have had to work so hard to get things done. And so sometimes in life, you're just going to have to work really hard to get things done. You're going to have to power through those people that don't want to see you shine, that don't want to see you succeed. The wonderful thing about the internet is that especially if you're dealing with people on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook and you don't even know them, you can just block them. Just block them. Don't even deal with it. Don't even give them the time of day. Don't even give them a response. I remember when I got all the Patty Play Pals, I got a lot of hate. And again, a lot of the hate was people that were jealous, people that were gossiping, all these things. And it was in like groups and stuff. I didn't care at all. I didn't even look because I'm just very used to it. But then when I would get like DMs and stuff, which is like direct messages, instead of responding to people, I just blocked them. Why? Because I am doing something that for me is authentic and has integrity and something I believe in. So I don't care about anything that they have to say. I'm trying to run my business. I'm trying to pay my bills. I am trying to be a person in this business and pay all my employees and run this ship. And so anyone that's going to try to take me off my game, girl, I don't care about what you have to say. So if you were a boy, keep going. There are a lot of men watching right now that have put into the comments and will put into the comments advice. Since I am not a male, I can't say I fully understand how it feels, but as a doll community, we do receive a lot of criticism from people that do not understand. And when people don't understand, they just want to reject it. And we have to remain strong. Remain strong. Thicken up your skin, because it will happen again. I know that it'll happen again for me, no matter what I do with my hair, no matter what I wear, no matter what I do. There's going to be people out there that don't want what's best for me. And the important thing that I have to remember and to realize and to focus on is to stay on my game and keep my eye on the prize. If you are a young boy and you're watching this, if you are a young teenage boy and you are watching this, if you are a grown-up man and you are watching this and you do not have support in your immediate world, I want you to know that there are a lot of people out there, a lot of men out there, a lot of groups, a lot of organizations, a lot of places that are accepting, that want you to be your best, that want you to grow in your craft and do amazing things in dolls. If you are young and you are watching this and you dream of maybe doing what Rachel's doing someday and owning a doll shop or being a doll dealer or designing dolls or being a doll designer, keep going. Do not give up on that dream, because doing dolls is one of the most magical, most fulfilling things that you can ever do in life. There's nothing that compares to it. And there's nothing that has anything to do with your being a male or a female or your sexuality or anything that has anything to do with dolls. The only thing that matters is love. Your love for dolls, what is in your heart, and everything that you want to do. So however you choose to show up in the world, however it is beautiful enough. You don't have to worry about what other people have to say about you. You just keep going. There's nothing that compares to how beautiful and smart you are and talented you are. Every single person that I meet in this world has something that I don't know. And it is a beautiful, magical, wonderful thing. So if you are a boy out there, I support you. If you are any kind of person, if you are a male, a female, you're transgender, you identify as a man, a woman, none of it matters, because as human beings, dolls speak a universal language, and that language is love. At the end of the day, it's love, and it's fun, and it's friendship. And so just stay strong. You stay strong, because I know it's not always easy, but do not lose your focus. Do not lose your focus, and just do in life what makes you happy. I have to stay very, very, very focused to do what I do. A lot of times you see a lot of the highlight reels. You see me here looking beautiful. You see me on my travels. You see me looking happy, and all of that is real, but there's a lot of in between, and it's a lot more in between than it is what you see me put out there. But you know what that in between is? It's working hard. It's keeping my eye on the prize. It's keeping those curtains drawn and not caring about what these people have to say, because I want to do what fulfills me, and I want to do what makes me happy, and I want to keep going, and I want to be able to pay my bills and to pay my staff, my wonderful team here. And that requires a significant amount of focus and hard work. If somebody isn't paying my bills, I don't care what they think. Do you think anyone's paying my bills besides me? So when you have anybody out there who has anything to say about anything that you're doing, I don't care about anything that you have to say. And then you surround yourself with positive people, like the people that are on this video right now. All these people that are commenting, all of these people that are giving their 2 cents, these people on this video right now, they are awesome. And they are the people that you need to friend yourself with, surround yourself with. So many people out there and on this video can be your mentor. So just remember that for every person that you meet that is critical or that doesn't want you to succeed or that has anything to say bad about anything that you love and want to do, there are 100 more that want you to be your best and will help you and will create magic, help you create magic. So I want you to remember, okay? Now we're going to have a little affirmation here before I sign off. And I want you all to say it with me. All of the boys and girls out there, okay? Are you ready? There is no opinion more important than my own. Say it. I want you to say it out loud with me. There is no opinion more important than my own. I want you to say it. I remember when I was unboxing the Grace dolls, and I drove myself into a bit of a whirlwind. I knew they were incredible dolls. I knew that I loved them. I knew that my product was authentic and real and amazing, and that I worked so hard on it. But I started to worry about what people would think. And you know what? It didn't matter, because I knew my product was good. I knew I loved my product. I worked my butt off to get that product here. And so the most important opinion about that product was mine. It was mine. Because at the end of the day, it was me. And it's me that does this. And it's me that gets up every single day and works hard to do it another day. It's not easy. You will continue to deal with people that don't want the best for you, but most people out there do. The most important opinion is my own about anything, okay? The only person that you need to try to compete with or to worry about is yourself. I try not to worry about anybody other than myself when it comes to my work and what I try to do, because I'm not in competition with anybody besides myself. And I want to keep going. And so if I'm gonna let other people bring me down, then I might as well just stop. And I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping because I worked so hard to get here. And so you just keep going, okay? You keep going and you don't worry about what anybody says. The most important opinion out there is your own. So boys, keep going, boys. I can't wait to see all of your collections and all of the things that you design and all of the things that you do. All those young men out there that follow me on YouTube and on Instagram that ask me these questions and worry about what other people think. Guys, I like to say girl, but guys, you know, the most important opinion out there is your own. And you just keep going and you follow people that support you. And you follow and you join groups that have a great message and that give you what you need. And if you don't get that, then you just cut them off, block them, unjoin the group. I don't care about anything you have to say. So to that lady, I've had a lot of people email me. One time I had a woman send me all these comments about how she thought I looked like a transvestite. And I responded to her and I said, girl, all the transvestites I know, their makeup is fire. Their hair is fire. Their clothes, fire, which means like really, really hot. So that is not any kind of, that doesn't bother me one bit. If anything, I consider that a compliment. So thank you. It means my eyebrows are on point. It means my hair and makeup is on point. And furthermore, I don't care about anything you have to say. Okay. I love you guys. I'm going to go back to work, and I really appreciate having this conversation with you today. So thank you so much for being my friend and for all of your great comments. And we're going to go rock it out in the dollhouse. I'm going to go work with two wonderful men and Linda, and we're just going to go do all the things. So you just keep going. I love and appreciate ya, to the moon and back, and I will see you guys very soon. Okay, bye.